Imagine we're sitting in an old library, surrounded by dusty books that hold tales from long ago. No rush, no hurry. Just a slow unfolding, like dawn creeping over a misty meadow. Today we'll wander through the psychology of the forgotten child, that hidden part of us all, tucked away like a child's drawing in an attic trunk. It's a struggle many carry without words, but through soft philosophy and the hidden whispers of the psyche, we can find peace. Breathe in deeply now, and let the story begin. In the gentle flow of everyday life, we often forget the child we once were. Picture a small village from centuries past, where children played in cobblestone streets, their laughter echoing like distant bells. But sometimes, one child would wander off, drawn to the edge of the woods, chasing butterflies or dreams. That child in our minds is the forgotten one, the part of our psyche that holds early joys and pains, now buried under the weight of adult days. Psychologists, in their quiet studies, speak of this as the inner child, a concept as old as the hills. Think of Sigmund Freud, that thoughtful man from Vienna, who in his cozy study pondered the layers of the mind, like an onion peeled slowly. He suggested our psyche has hidden variables, unseen forces from childhood, that shape our fears and desires, not dramatically but softly, like roots growing beneath the soil. These hidden variables aren't loud, they're the subtle patterns in our daily routines. Perhaps you find yourself hesitating before speaking in a meeting, an echo from a time when your young voice wasn't heard. Or maybe in the quiet of evening, a sadness creeps in without reason, like fog rolling over a medieval castle's moat. In philosophy, the Stoics, those wise souls from ancient Rome, like Marcus Aurelius scribbling in his tent by lamplight, taught us to observe these inner whispers without judgment. They believed hardships arise when we ignore our true nature, but by gently acknowledging it, we reclaim calm. Imagine a forgotten child in a fairy tale, left in a tower not of stone but of unspoken memories. This child isn't angry or demanding, it's simply waiting, playing with faded toys in the shadows of our thought. As we delve deeper, let's consider how this forgotten child shows itself in the tapestry of life. In the markets of old Europe, merchants would haggle over spices and silks, but beneath the bustle, personal stories unfolded quietly. Similarly, in our modern days, we navigate work and relationships, yet that inner child influences our choices. Psychology tells us of attachment styles, those gentle bonds formed in infancy, like threads woven on a loom in a quiet cottage. If the child felt secure, like being cradled by a loving parent under a thatched roof, the adult walks with ease. But if forgotten, perhaps through loss or neglect, the struggle emerges as a hidden hesitation, a fear of closeness that feels like walking through autumn leaves, uncertain of the path beneath. Philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre, in his Parisian cafes, sipping coffee slowly, spoke of existence preceding essence, meaning we craft our own meaning from these hidden parts. The forgotten child isn't a curse, it's a canvas, waiting for soft strokes of understanding. Think of daily customs, the way we brew tea in the morning, a ritual that soothes the soul, echoing a child's need for routine. Or forgotten details like the scent of rain on earth, petrichor, that pulls us back to playful puddles. These aren't obstacles, they're invitations to heal. By learning these hidden variables, those subconscious scripts written in youth, we begin to overcome, not with force, but with the gentleness of a stream, wearing down stone over time. Now let's pause and reflect on historical echoes. In medieval times, children in monasteries learned scripts by candlelight, their small hands tracing letters on parchment. Some felt forgotten, overshadowed by elder siblings or duties, much like how our psyche hides wounds. Carl Jung, that Swiss thinker wandering forest paths, introduced the shadow self, a forgotten aspect, including the child within. He saw it as an archetype, universal like the myths told around village fires. In soft tales from folklore, the forgotten child often finds a magical helper, a wise owl or gentle fairy, symbolizing self-discovery. In our lives, philosophy acts as that helper. Existentialism whispers that hardships are part of authenticity. By embracing the forgotten child, we live more fully. Imagine strolling through a Renaissance garden, where hedges form mazes, and fountains murmur softly. Here the forgotten child might hide in the twists, but psychology offers maps. Cognitive behavioral therapy, like a patient gardener pruning vines, helps reframe those hidden variables, We learn that thoughts from childhood aren't truths, just old leaves to let fall. Stoicism adds, control what you can, like tending your own plot of land. Daily, this means small acts. Journaling by window light, recalling a happy memory from youth, or simply breathing through a moment of doubt. These customs, forgotten in haste, bring peace. The struggle isn't in the forgetting, but in not remembering gently. As the sun dips lower in our tale, consider the role of community. In ancient Greek agoras, people gathered to share philosophies under olive trees, their voices blending like a calm chorus. Similarly, the forgotten child thrives when acknowledged in quiet conversations. Psychology shows that empathy heals. Sharing stories with friends over herbal tea, like villagers exchanging remedies. Forgotten details emerge. A lullaby from grandmother, a game in the fields. Philosophy through Epictetus's teachings in his Simple Robes reminds us that obstacles are perceptions. The hidden struggle softens when viewed as a shared human thread, not a solitary burden. Delving into the psyche's depths, we find resilience like buried treasure in an old chest. Historical facts, whisper of children in Victorian eras, writing diaries in attics, their words capturing inner worlds. Today, mindfulness drawn from Eastern philosophies, like Zen monks raking sand gardens, invites us to sit with the forgotten child. No rush, just observe emotions like clouds drifting across a vast sky. The hidden variables, those neural pathways formed young, can be rewired slowly, like paths in a forest overgrown, but reclaimable. In daily life, this means pausing during walks, noticing how a flower bends in wind, mirroring our own flexibility. Philosophy intertwines here with Nietzsche's gentle side, not the thunderous one, but his walks in mountains pondering eternal return. Would you relive your life, forgotten child and all? Embracing it brings strength. Customs like gratitude lists, scrawled on paper by lamplight, shift focus from struggle to abundance. Peaceful imagery abounds. A child, your inner one, playing in golden fields, no longer hidden but free. This isn't about erasing hardships, it's weaving them into a softer fabric. As we near the heart of our story, let's explore forgiveness. In medieval courts, scribes recorded pardons on vellum, acts of grace that mended rifts. For the forgotten child, self-forgiveness is key, a quiet release of old guilts. Psychology's compassion-focused therapy, like a warm embrace, teaches this. Hidden variables often include self-criticism, echoes from critical voices long ago. Philosophy via Buddhism's metta practice sends loving kindness inward, like incense wafting through a temple. Daily whisper affirmations in mirrors soft reflection, rebuilding trust. Interesting customs from history. In Celtic lands, storytellers by hearth shared tales of inner journeys, healing communities. Your forgotten child seeks such narration. Tell its story gently, perhaps in a dream journal. Obstacles fade as understanding grows, like dawn dispelling night. The psyche's layers unfold peacefully, revealing strengths forgotten. Now, envision a quiet harbor from seafaring days, ships returning with tales from afar. The forgotten child, like a stowaway, brings gifts once integrated. Jung's individuation process, a lifelong path like a pilgrim's walk, unites these parts. In everyday moments, sipping soup, watching birds, feel the harmony. Philosophy's virtue ethics, from Aristotle in his Lyceum, guides living well by nurturing all aspects of self. Soft historical facts. In Renaissance ateliers, apprentices learned patience. Mirroring our growth, hardships become teachers, not foes. The hidden struggle transforms into wisdom, like wine aging in cellars. As twilight settles in our narrative, remember creativity's role. Children in old workshops crafted toys from wood, expressing inner worlds. Reconnect through art, doodling by candle, writing poems. Psychology sees this as play therapy for adults, releasing hidden tensions. Philosophy through Schopenhauer's musings in quiet rooms views art as escape from will's burdens. Daily customs, evening reflections, like monks chanting vespers. Peaceful imagery, the forgotten child dancing in moonlight. Burdens lightened. Finally, As our tale winds down like a river meeting sea, carry this gentleness forward. The psychology of the forgotten child isn't a battle, but a soft reunion. Through philosophy's lens, stoic calm, existential choice, Jungian depth, you overcome hardships, not by force, but by tender awareness. Let hidden variables surface like bubbles in a still pond, observed without ripple. In life's weave, embrace this part, and obstacles soften like snow melting in spring sun. Breathe deeply now, dear listener. You've journeyed far in quiet steps. Return to your day with a lighter heart, knowing the forgotten child walks beside you, no longer hidden but held. Until next time, rest well in this peace.